It's the Open Bedroom Door Show.
I'm Angela Skirtu, and I open bedroom doors. Welcome to the Open Bedroom Doors Show. Real talk for real relationships. I'm your host, Angela Skirtu, your friendly neighborhood sex therapist and licensed marriage therapist. And yes, talking about sex is literally my job. I started this show because, let's be real, most of us didn't get sex education. We're out here fumbling through love, intimacy, and awkward bedroom moments with zero guidance and a lot of shame. Time to fix that. Here's what you can expect every episode. Sex positions. We start off hot by judging something wild, weird, or just plain wrong in the media or culture. You'll laugh, you'll cringe, you might even learn something. Next, we move to guest interviews. I chat with fascinating folks, sexperts, storytellers, and everyday humans with juicy stories and powerful insights. And then, of course, we have to have a happy ending. Yep, we finish strong. I answer real questions from real people about sex, relationships, and all the stuff you're too afraid to ask your therapist or anyone else for that matter. But I'm here, so ask away. If you're ready to laugh, learn, and finally talk about the stuff no one ever taught us, hit play. Let's open that bedroom door, shall we? Can you have great sex at 36 weeks pregnant? Hell yeah! I'm here to tell you how. But first, I want to tell you about this show. Welcome to Sex Positions. This is the Open Bedroom Door Show. And on this segment, what I like to do is judge things as a sex therapist that are happening in media and society that are related to sex. And I'm your resident sex therapist. Hey! If you want to see my actual sex positions in real time, go to youtube.com/@openbedroomdoors. Please like, subscribe, and comment to keep getting access to my different sex positions. We are filming our sex positions here at Mattress Dogs. This is a mattress furniture store, and I am thankful for Mattress Dogs for letting me do my sex positions event in bed. Use promo code SEXYTIME, and you can get your next bed here tax-free. So I want you to imagine, all right, here's me, big baby belly, and I want you to have good sex at this time. One of the things that I do with the Sex Positions segment is I judge different things, and today I'm judging beds and pillows so that you can learn how to have good sex in a good bed. So one of the things that happens when you're pregnant is you have a little bit more back pain and pressure in your low back. So what I want you to know with a bed like this is that they actually, if you notice, it's kind of lifted up. So there are beds that you can get that lift up your back and help you shift the position and take pressure off of your low back. Also, if you don't have one of these beds that lifts up, you can use pillows and put them right behind your back to prop yourself up when you're having sex. If you're in the adjusted missionary position, for example. Another one that some women are using that is helping them is switching like this. So you put your legs a little bit to the side. So you're still lifting up your back, but your legs are over to the side and you can kind of do this, whatever. Now keep in mind, you're 36 weeks pregnant here or whatever. You're in your third trimester. So like if it is uber painful to move those legs, just do what's feeling comfortable and please communicate to your partner what feels good. But basically, yeah, I've been hearing from the pregnant ladies that you can do kind of this side position and moving the legs sometimes is helping with different penetrative sex acts. And of course, there's always grab a pillow, face down, but it's not just, you're not just into the doggy style position, right? You're putting yourself in a position of comfort too, because that's one thing that changes when you get pregnant is that your body just doesn't work the same way it does. It's adjusting for all of the things to make baby possible. So I really want you to be open to talking to your partner about what you want to do and how you want to do it. We're always looking for sponsors. So if you would like to become a sponsor for the show or for the Sex Position segment, please go to openbedroomdoors.com and check out our sponsorship page. And we will, if you become one of our sponsors, we'll even let you pick the position. Want to spice up your sex life? Then be sure to pick up a copy of my new book, From No to Yes Sex. Tired of routine sex? Feeling more like roommates than lovers? Wondering where the passion went or if it was ever really there? You're not alone. And guess what? You don't have to settle for a sex life that's just meh. Better sex doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in your head. And from no to yes sex, I'll help you break free from shame, outdated beliefs, and unspoken frustrations that have been keeping you stuck. When you change the way you think about sex, you change the way you show up for sex. And that's where the magic happens. This book will help you understand why you're not getting the sex you crave. Rewire negative thoughts about sex, your body, and desire. And finally, learn how to communicate what you actually want in bed. You'll stop treating sex like an obligation and start wanting it again. No shame, no fluff, just straight talk and strategies, and a whole lot of yes moments. Yeah! This is the first book in my Open Bedroom Doors book series, where we strip away the awkwardness and build a foundation for lasting passion. Whether you're in a long-term relationship that's lost its fire or just tired of going through the emotions, this book is your invitation to transform your love life one thought at a time. Don't wait, order now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Open Bedroom Doors podcast. I'm your host, Angela Skirtu, and with me today I have Diane McClain. She is a sensual, sexually confident woman who knows the power of variety, the beauty of exploration, and the importance of keeping it real when it comes to desire and connection. Diane, I'm happy to have you here.
Thanks. Glad to be here. Well, let's talk about female issues.
Okay.
As we
Tell me
age
all
too,
about
right?
'em.
And I'm just going to come right out and say it. I had cervical cancer.
Okay.
I'm a cervical cancer survivor. I did not get out of that situation fully intact in my genitalia.
Okay.
Um,
Does that mean you had to have some surgical procedures?
No
or?
surgery, but the radiation that
Yeah.
happened built up so much scar tissue around my vagina that literally I cannot be penetrated by a penis.
Oh.
Now there's
blocked.
there's soft tissue training, you could do that, and
Yeah,
and
you could do pelvic floor physical therapy to help
right.
loosen the area, but at this point it's shut down.
It's painful to do that, and I don't like pain down there.
Of
So
course.
I'm like, you know what? Let's just take the penetration of the vagina off the table with a penis, right? There's a whole lot more other things you can penetrate a vagina with. All I'm really wanting you to do is get to that spot up there. That's all I'm really wanting you to do.
Mm-hmm. The G spot,
G-spot,
which is the back, the inside of the clitoris, just
right
to
where
show
all
everybody.
those little nerves come together. It would be right about here.
Okay,
where all these things come together. There's a little
like
node
a lovely
in
apex.
there. I learned. These are things I learned at Orgasm U,
Diane,
right?
I'm actually learning from you. I need to talk to more people like you.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is so interesting.
So actually, while I have this up here, see, I enjoy clit stimulation, clitoris stimulation. So this little nubby right here. This is the part underneath.
Yeah, and
here.
by the way, it gets erect just like a penis. I just want you to know when it gets engorged, everything fills with blood, and then it gets erect.
And the sensitivity goes through the roof.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So you got cancer, and
I did.
You have some damage down there, and as a result, then you do a little more clitoral stimulation.
Exactly. And then my partner, if I want this, my partner will put a finger in me and come up and touch this nub here and just rub on the nub. Mm-hmm. And when you get that engorgement of that organ, which by the way, it is the only organ in the human race that is built specifically for pleasure, it has no other function. When you get that engorged, I mean, the spot just jumps out, and oh my goodness, when all of that goes together, plus you're with somebody that you really want to share that, because when you're orgasming, you're vulnerable. Mm-hmm. You are surrendering. You're vulnerable, and you want to connect with that person like that, and that's a symphony of awesomeness right there.
That's another quote, a symphony of awesomeness. That's what a clitoral. Yeah. Well, and I think too, so like, okay, breaking these molds, right? So if you're having any sexual problems, one, I like to normalize. Everyone has sexual problems. Like these are because we don't talk about sex. The whole purpose of this show is to get us to have conversations about sex and to make them normal so you don't feel like there's something crazy or weird about you. So first thing, everybody has sexual problems at different parts in their lives. I've had sexual problems. You're talking about different sexual problems. And what we have to do is break this American sex box. The American sex box is, it can only be P and V, and it's mouth, boobs, vagina, and it's usually between a heterosexual couple, which, by the way, I mean, there's more types of couples than that. But when you break the box and you open your mind up
there's
to...
sometimes more than two.
Yes, there don't even have to be only two people having
6
sex.
to 8 hands
there
are
can be
awesome.
just one person.
Anyway,
this is what happens
that's
when you have a Diane, right? That's another topic
segment.
we're staying on.
Whole nother segment.
But the point is, if you're open to creative sexuality, meaning like that sex can look a variety of ways, and it's just about making bodies feel good, then even when you have sexual problems, you can do anything. And you can have that symphony that you described, that orgasmic...
Symphony of awesomeness.
Symphony of awesomeness. Like, I'm just thinking of like violins playing. But not like in the sarcastic way, like a beautiful symphony of awesomeness.
Well,
like
actually, when you get older too, you really don't care who hears you.
Oh yeah, you kind of lose a little like of that, like, oh, what's happening? Will anybody listen?
I do not muffle my orgasms anymore.
Did you used to before?
Well, yeah, because that's the way everybody did it. That's the way the girl. Oh, don't like, right? Oh no,
no, you just let it all out.
Ah.
Which I hear men actually love it when you're louder and you're expressive, because for men they're always worried about like, am I pleasing her? Is she interested?
Well, they're task oriented, right? And I get it. It's just the way they are, right? I'm doing well. I mean, even now, I mean, it's just their biology, and God bless them. The lawn would never get cut if they didn't have the task orientation. However. And that's not any kind of euphemism for sex. I'm talking about the lawn.
Could mow the vagina lawn, right? We can make everything naughty here, Diane. We can. But you were talking about an actual lawn. Guys, get your minds out of the gutter.
Right,
I'm totally talking to myself.
I know. My mind is always in the gutter. Yeah.
I'm paid to have my mind in the gutter. Like, literally, it's my job. Right. I'm a professional mind gutter.
But so still, I mean, and bringing this back.
Let's bring it back. You're tracking me, the host, back. All right,
bringing
come back.
This back. That okay. So there's a thing that you've got to do that I like, but my partners, even women, I enjoy it. Having feedback. Is this feeling good?
Yeah.
Do you want this? Would you like me to use 2 fingers, 1 finger, whatever, the tongue, whatever. So that's the unfiltered acknowledgement of what you're doing is great. Keep going, or a little to the left, they call it, whatever. And sometimes you got to correct a little bit, but you do it just a little to the left, a little to the right, up, down, harder, circles, whatever. It's really good to have feedback like that, because I appreciate that when I am, it's not a performance, but I am pleasuring someone physically.
Yeah.
And so it's great. And another thing about aging, you don't get so much into reciprocation.
What do you mean?
Like, oh, I had an orgasm, so now you have to have an orgasm, right? If you, the tit and tap thing.
It can be more about just focusing on one person's pleasure.
And it's immensely satisfying. For me, it's immensely satisfying to pleasure someone else. I get as much pleasure out of that as my partner does from me doing it. And it's very satisfying for me to do that, because I gave a piece of myself to you.
Oh, so I want to dig into this, because I think a lot of people are in that tit for tat lifestyle or mindset around it. So how did you learn to like to be the giver, like as a person? Like, was that always the case, or did it change over time?
It changed over time.
Okay. How?
Mainly because I was stuck in that tit for tat mode, right?
Yeah.
And I was finding that it wasn't working for me. It's like, okay, well, you came now, so I guess I'm going to come now, right? And it's not a fallacy, but the whole let's have an orgasm together, very rarely does that timing work.
We consider that a unicorn. It's not, it'll happen every now and then, but it's a unicorn. The stars line.
Very
Nobody's
rarely
coming
does
at the
that
same
happen.
time. For your awareness. But so
Right.
you started to learn to like to just give pleasure
to
for the
give
sake
it,
of
right.
it.
Now, so I'm turned on giving pleasure and everything, but I'm more turned on about, giving you the total package and everything. And maybe you fall asleep afterwards. And maybe, I don't have an orgasm that day, but maybe in a couple of days it'll surface and it'll go, hey, let's do this.
I owe you one.
Hey, come on downstairs after lunch and let's do this, right? Or
right before old people dinner.
Right before old people dinner, right?
I love it.
So yeah, it's I have found that to be a peaceful idea with me.
Yeah.
That I can give myself to someone in that way, and I don't expect anything back.
I've been playing with this concept a little bit myself, and I realized that there was a way I kind of was separating a penis from the man in some ways in my sexual life. And as I've gotten older, I have started to connect them, right? So one mindset shift I've personally developed is when I'm going down on my husband, I'm showing love to a piece of him. This is an extension of who he is. Mm-hmm. And so when I show love to his penis, it's just another part of his body. But long ago when it was in a previous relationship, and I think I was just unhappy in my relationship, really. So I'd kind of I was having sex, but you know how you do that sort of obligatory sex?
Thing,
so you're just doing it because you need to get it done.
A lot of sex is up here.
Yes. A lot of sex is in your brain. Mm-hmm. And when I started to just see first of all, I loved my partner more because I was with a better fitted partner. And then now when I go down on him, it's I'm showing just a piece of him love. And it's I'm making love to it. I'm not, it's not a job anymore. And it feels different when you approach. No,
you're right. You
it's
are
like a
right.
blow joy.
Right. It's not a job. It's a joy.
But so I've watched other YouTubers describe how do you give a good blowjob, and a lot of it, it's not about the specific mechanics. It's about the attitude you bring to it and the enthusiasm.
Men can tell when you're into it or not.
Yeah. And that's what's the turn on. They're like, oh my God, she likes it.
She likes
You can stay down there as long as you want.
You really like that?
They're so grateful.
And they're like, they'll give you the world.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, she's a keeper. Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Well, that's why, even earlier when I was saying good sex is a baseline for the relationship for me. I definitely want more than that, but at a baseline, if you don't know what you're doing in bed.
Well, okay, so we've been talking a lot about sex and the mechanics and all that stuff. Why don't we go down the intimacy route a little bit?
Okay, tell me about how intimacy has shifted for you over time.
Intimacy, I used to always think, well, that's sex. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's genuinely caring about the other person. Mm-hmm. And it's about just being with them, being still. Maybe you're sitting on the couch watching
naked Netflix.
Naked Netflix, or wrestling of some nature. And just sitting there. Maybe they fall asleep, tilted over on you or something, or maybe they're scratching your back or whatever it is.
I had a couple just come up. They said bonding. It's bonding. A couple was talking about how where we have these different ways of bonding, and some of them are somewhat intimate, like a naked Netflix is where you just sit and watch Netflix naked and you hold hands and maybe you rub each other, maybe you don't, but you're just there with each other. But it's bonding. Mm-hmm. And I think that couples need that sort of bonding experience that's intimate.
The sexual experience is sort of an outgrowth of that. Right? Yeah. And so there were times in my life when I really didn't want the intimacy. I just wanted the sex. Mm-hmm. And so, there's groups of people around that do that. And that's what I got. Actually, that's how I met my current partner, but we'll get into another segment about that. But
intimacy has changed.
It has changed. Well, I've learned about intimacy, right? Mm-hmm. So because up until with my current partner, that intimacy was great and everything, but there was nothing really long term.
Oh, okay.
I am not, I was not a monogamous person. I never ascribed to it. I didn't like it the way I saw it. That's why.
Okay. So you've always had multiple partners at different times in your life.
I always thought it was very restrictive.
Okay.
And, once you're with this person, you're locked in for the rest of your life. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, yeah. However, over the last 4 years now, I look back and I have become monogamous by choice. It was crazy.
You unintentionally fell into monogamy?
I did. Face first, man. Blowjob by blowjob. He was leading me down this path. We both we don't want anybody else. Right? Not right now.
Thank you, Diane.
You're welcome.
We've been speaking with Diane McClain. She has been a wonderful, lovely guest. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's too spicy. Well, guys, on the Open Bedroom Doors show, we often have content that's a little too spicy for your typical social media platforms. So for those of you who are like, I love everything Angela Skirtu and I want to know all the spicy details, we actually have a space where we put the uncut shows, and it is at patreon.com/openbedroomdoors. So you can subscribe to that channel and get all the behind the scenes, all that spicy stuff that I wasn't able to put in the show. That's too spicy. So I hope you can join me at patreon.com/openbedroomdoors. Keep in mind, that is how you support me. So it is a subscription channel where you have to pay to subscribe, but you are becoming a supporter of me and putting out this awesome content as a result. So please join me for those spicy, spicy things. Want to be a sponsor for the show? So we have all kinds of sponsorship opportunities, from endorsements to sponsoring an entire episode to sponsoring a section of episodes. And if you would like to become a sponsor, please go to openbedroomdoors.com and look for the sponsorship page to become a part of this show. We would love to have you. So if you want to be a sponsor, we have so many opportunities. This is how you support the show and you become a part of something cool. Because this show is all about creating sex education for free to educate the masses. So please visit me at openbedroomdoors.com and become a sponsor. Hello everyone. On every show, I like to answer an audience question, and with me I have my BDSM bears, Barry Bonds and Consent Cub, to help me answer your sex questions. So today's sex question is, what are some of the best reconnection ways to ask my spouse for sex that will get him or her to the word F yes? So my book is From F No to F Yes Sex. This is a really great question. So some of the best ways to reconnect with your spouse. So I would say one of the things you want to work on is getting to endearment. Okay, so everybody thinks about the sex piece, but we don't think enough about the feelings before sex, the warmth feeling. So I always tell you that one of the things you want to do is start thinking about what gets you feeling like, aw, and awe is endearment. So the things if you're a guy, for example, who is trying to get your wife more interested in sex, start by getting her feeling that sort of, that's so sweet. You must like me. That feeling first. Because for many women, we just need to feel warm and comfortable first before we're ready to be sexual. And actually, a lot of couples, when you come up with regular routine ways to be intimate and close, cuddling every night before bed, or watching fun, sexy shows, but where it's really just about casually connecting, holding each other's hands, and sometimes stopping the show and talking to each other about what you're seeing. That's really what you want to be focused on, is creating warmth and connection that is consistent warmth and connection. It makes it so much easier to go from F no to F yes sex. And so that's what I'd be focusing on. And if you're a female trying to help your male get a little warmer or more connected, I would actually talk to him about what helps, right? Because I think that men can want the same things. They can want comfort and connection, but they may also want a little flirting too. I don't know. I should say this for both parties, but you should talk to each other about sex as well. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the Open Bedroom Doors Show. Real talk for real relationships. If you laughed, learned, or blushed a little, You're welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend who needs a little more real talk in their life. Got a burning question about sex, love, or relationships? Check out openbedroomdoors.com and submit a contact form. Your question might just be featured in a future Happy Ending segment. Until next time, keep it honest, keep it sexy, and most of all, keep those bedroom doors open. Good night and have a sexy tomorrow.